something, I call my parents, I call my mom, you know what, I think I'm gonna come back. So my mom thinks probably I was food poisoned because it's Lalasibaning in the area. No, come back home, doctor. I go to the doctor. Man figure out the first thing she was scared, but saying losing weight. Within that 3 days of throwing up lentole, and I had lost so much weight. So she takes me to the doctor fagi trip. But I tell him, no, your body is reacting, you know. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just food poisoning. That's what he says. So I go back home, but into isahamba la. I got some friends of mine that were staying in the area. No, there's a family friend of ours. He's a spiritual worker. Why don't you go see him? Maybe he will tell you something different. So I go to this man, Angazinam. He goes there with a glass of water. And before I could say anything, he says to me, when I was but manje mele ngikhiphe lentela phoku udlisiwe wena umuntu so ukuhambile wakuyele Swazini wakutholela umuthi kanje nakanje, so you need help. How in my mind, how did that happen? I had to know, before I can tell you other things, let me help you. 22 as I am, hiding all of this from my mom, I go get help from Lobaba, go buy a chicken because I was instructed. Ngambe nyothana zinto lezo. Imali that was there was from my allowance. Nigeze Lobaba ngenzela izinto ezokuphalaza ahamba yongezisa ngitshele ukuthi ya. He also mentioned the termination that happened prior. Remember the one I was telling you that I took a gap here? Because my mom was strict, you know. Single parent, nae herself, so she wanted interstate. You either left or you right. So we do all these things and I come back home and all I tell her is that, no, I met some guy, I have a spiritual gift, blah, 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 blah. Not knowing that during the week I'm going there for my treatment, gulo baba. Nyahamba every day, nyahamba. Was one manje so right. You can now go. But before you go, kuno gogo oganje naganje uyakhlupha lo gogo lo. Mele uhambe wena ucethe into zakho because uthi uzokuthatha ayokuhlalisa ehlathini if awuvumi. Mina ngithi hayi uzongimela ugogo mina ngisafunda. Ngibuyele esikolweni manje sengitshela ukuthi, you know what, I'm forgetting about all of these things that happened. My mom doesn't know. I'm now living this fast life in Pretoria. I'm now doing me. I'm thinking, hey, I'm now free from this prison I was in. Then things start going south school-wise. My grades start dropping. And then I start losing my sight. It was a gradual thing. I started hearing voices, you know. I would be like walking to school. Look around, there's nobody. Hi. Every time when I get into the flat, ngizwa my voice. But lama voices akala ngathi, you know, it's speaker. At one time. So I would be like, what is happening? Hi, nganai. Go to school, figure exam time. Exam time, I studied, ne? Figure that time to write. It was first semester exams.
Yeah.
When I get to the exam venue, ngiyabona ukuthi no kugcwele, you know, everyone is there. I'm excited to write. When now it's time for me to start writing, iphepha livele libe blank. Sebabekile my exam paper la. Iphepha livele libe blank. How? Ngiphakamisa isandla, you know, may I please have another paper? They give me another one. Still it's blank. Just before the exam is about to end, mangibheka iphepha, amagama abuyile wonke ephepheni.
Wow.
It happened for 3 exams. And then I started freaking out. I'm thinking to myself, how do I tell this to my family? How do I tell this to my mom? Until my sight is slowly deteriorating because phone and my mom now, she's a dreamer, so she would tell me, good to know, all right, is everything okay with you? Are you okay? So I would not pay much attention until my first episode of Bugai Lozi, ngang with a boyfriend at the time, and that's when he got the you know, the wrath of my Lozis, the anger of them, because they almost capsized imoto with Hambangayo on the highway. They literally turned it facing oncoming before they actually made these walls. And he was shocked. He just told me, you know what, you need to go home and decide what it is you want. You're losing your sight and all of this, you need to fix your life. So Mangjedu, my mom, she cried. And they called my grandmother again. And Ukoko said the mistake we did was that sipahlile sathumntana bamiyeke aqeda isikolo, but we didn't say ukuthi uzohamba uyohlala esikolweni uyofunda, carry on with your studies. We were supposed to still ask for that. So bona bogogo babambe ukuthi ngiqeda isikolo. So I completed my matric. They're waiting. Mina, I'm out there cruising in life. So 2016 bese ku bad kakhulu ngalendlela ukuthi bengingasaboni kahle. That's when I left for Intwaso. Literally a week mangifike eThwaseni, my eyesight was back. Ngaqala ngendlela enzima ebengayazi ukuthi what am I signing up for. The dreams were there, everything was accurate in terms of indawo lebinguyo. You know, I felt I was now at a place of healing. I'm home. Little did I know that I've just entered the gates of hell. Ukuthwasa, it's painful. Kubuhlungu. But when you experience abuse, that is something else. You know, GOBELA, when is giving you an image of, I want to help you, I want to do this for you. And anything that happens here, you're not supposed to speak about it. You take that with you. Everything, even if it's wrong, you don't ask. But the inquisitive me would be like, do I really have to do all of these things? Nkulu, everything there was not nice. I went from being a student to being someone's wife, unaware of the treatment that I was getting there. And I didn't know who to speak to or didn't know who to address it to, because Gutiwa, what happens eKthwaseni stays eKthwaseni. You shouldn't speak about it. It went from him calling me in his room naked, telling me, do you miss the bed? Him telling me the way ngilala ngakhona, giving me things to keep me. It's like I was high most of the time there because of things that were happening. And you could tell the anger from Idlozi, because anytime I would go to him telling my dreams, he'd be angry. And he'd say to me, uzoyenzani ngelinye ilanga nkomo abagini babuye bakutshela ukuthi wena umfazi wami and awusahambi la. That was a big wake-up call to me.
And where was that? In Gauteng?
Khona la in Gauteng.
Okay.
Snake Park. And I was freaked out by that until this one day was faga ilwane. We were thinking that we were getting help, because ekuseni we wake up ekuseni. So that day he was like, you don't have to do a lot of things today, just don't eat ningali, guys. You know what, there's something I want to show you guys. So we don't eat that day until that hour. So that hour comes and he gives us something basically to put in our nose and put some liquid. Sakaba. We started acting like wild animals. We thought it was part of the training. Ganti ngifakwe ilwane angazi. I was barking like a dog. I couldn't control myself. Basically, GOBELA, we were literally locked into omunye umkhukhu kuvalwe ngamalapi amnyama. We couldn't even see what's going on. But we were locked inside there because he was saying that if siyaphuma, abantu are not supposed to see what is happening. Ngangithwasa nabanye abogogo abayi-3 abayi-2 ngibatholela phayana. So I was the last one and the youngest. We went through all of that through